Hi, I'm Robbie from RBC, and today we're going to be looking at the new upgrade from Öhlins. It involves us opening one of the TTX air shocks, the M1, and we're going to be upgrading it with a bladder system to bring it up to the new M2, which they've just recently launched. So in a standard MTB shock, the IFP separates the nitrogen from the oil under pressure, and the IFP causes some issues with friction by virtue of the fact that the pressure on the IFP obviously squashes the seals against the side of the sleeve, and that causes stiction, which is the breakaway position, and on small bumps the shock is less sensitive than the bladder shock. This is what we're going to replace the IFP with. So this is a bladder. So this will go in place of the IFP, and how this works is that because the oil is surrounding this, the bladder can be compressed from any side. Because there's no seals that are sealing the IFP from the gas and the oil, there's less stiction in the whole system, and that's going to translate to much better small bump feel and a much more overall linear feel on the rear shock when it starts to move. Okay, so let's get this fitted. Vacuum the shock, fill it up with oil, and get it onto the dyno. Cool. So now we've fitted it back into the dyno. We've reset it to the settings that was existing before we started it. So the customer's got his existing settings back into the shock, and now we're going to dyno it and see the difference. On the dyno with the IFP system, you can see the wide loop in the damping curve. That's hysteristics. It's energy lost as the piston overcomes friction. It leads to less consistent damping. With the bladder system, it's much more consistent. The gap is much closer, so you're losing a lot less energy in the initial breakaway, and the bladder upgrade gives you a much smoother linear damping, which translates into more grip, better control, and improved small bump sensitivity out in the trail. The Öhlins Bladder Upgrade Kit upgrades your TTX1 and TTX2 current model into the TTX1 M2 and TTX2 M2. If you're interested in this upgrade, reach out to us and we'll be able to help you with that.